Okay, so I'm finna talk about astrology. Um, this is one of my favorite topics because I've been I think it was last year. I was studying astrology. I was studying Vedic astrology online, and I was studying this astrology, and essentially I found out a lot about myself through looking at the planets in specific places. And I'm going to talk a lot about astrology and what I'm learning about, stuff like that. Essentially, what I found out about myself is that I'm in my Jupiter Dasha. So essentially, this Dasha is going to last for a certain amount of years, and it makes perfect sense for me why I have this Dasha right now. It actually begun at a certain time. Like I think it was like 2019 begun, and I'm gonna have this job for I don't know when till when, but I'm gonna have this job. And what Jupiter represents for me is Jupiter. My Vedic astrology chart, Jupiter is actually in its own house, which it accentuates it, but it's in the opposing or in bad sign. So it's in a it's in a bad sign. So it's in a sign that makes it not as good. So basically, it's in Capricorn. So essentially, what that symbolizes for me personally is that Jupiter is a planet of expanding knowledge, wisdom, worldly jobs like banking and stuff like that, money, philosophy, spirituality, and religion, and all these stuff concerning ideas and stuff like that, and it's spirituality and stuff like that. Yeah. So essentially, the house that rules Jupiter, the sign that rules Jupiter is Sagittarius, but this Jupiter is in Capricorn, but it's in its own house. So essentially, Jupiter is in 10th house. So that means the 10th house kind of like has similar functions as Jupiter. So, but it's in Capricorn. That means in Capricorn is a sign that deals with duty, responsibility, work, job, career, and stuff like that, and have a solid ground for certain things. That's what Capricorn does. So essentially, it's kind of like in its opposite sign in a way. So I'm going through that shop phase. Also, what I found out is that also if anybody is interested in or knows about astrology, feel free to leave some sort of comments or something like that. That would be great. So I have Moon in my 10th house in Aquarius, and that makes perfect sense because 10th house is a sign of career, and job and stuff like that, and we didn't say 10th house before. Wait, first oh yeah, the last one was actually in ninth. First, let me check. Well, no, the last one was actually the ninth house or eighth house. Yeah, the last one's ninth house. This one's 10th house. So this is the moon in Aquarius. So that makes so much sense because I actually have a desire to serve others or to help others in terms of career and job stuff, related stuff, and also um um the moon essentially is a lot of people who have the moon in that specific house, 10th house, is gonna be famous. And I have the moon in 10th house, but what the moon in the 10th house makes it is that your career is gonna be your specialty, or your career is gonna be like more, it's gonna be, you're gonna be excelling your career. So yeah, so that's the most. Also, I have Mercury in the relationship house in Scorpio, I think. I don't know. Yeah, in Scorpio. So, that makes sense because I'm looking for intellectual relationship or partner or whatever. So, and also sexual, or I guess sexual one, I guess too, because Scorpio and that. Yeah.